Workers, assemble.
Caleb, there you are. The Shiring Brothers are saying we're under attack.
The brothers are idiots, Lilith.
They saw rocks in the sky.
Xenos? Here? Damned unlikely.
Just get the ship out of orbit, pilot. Lieutenant Miller. The Orcs cut off our reinforcements.
Damn it. I suggest we move the unit to a more defensible position, sir.
Do it! And make sure...
Not in the disease ward, Dominus. What's wrong with her?
Orc projectile to the leg, Magos Cassia.
Amputations are down the hall.
Very well, I shall prepare for the implant grafting.
No implants. Just get rid of her leg and stitch her up fast. We're at war.
Personal message cache. Guardsman Thomas Alexander. Must be winter back home. No snow here, that's for certain. We've been diverted to a forge world under Orc attack. The defenders are all dead, the Orcs are killing everyone on the planet, and we're the only Imperial guard in the sector. The fleet's on the way, but are a couple of weeks out. We're in for a hard fight. Personal message, Guardsman Alexander. I'll be quick. The Orcs are beating us bad. We're completely outnumbered. Every time you kill one of the bastards, feels like a dozen take their place. And me mate Gareth. An Orc chopped his leg off and he bled out. Nothing I could do. The officers are all dead. A second lieutenant's taken over. She's keeping us focused. Wait. We're moving out. More soon.
Not enough cover! Get down! Get down! Ah! Hold on, Captain. Get me a medipack.
Transmechanic 2nd Class Petronius. Entering duty log 31127. Communications console functioning normal. Issues of note 1. I detected a signal that should not have been there. But Transmechanic 1st Class Alaric refused to believe me. Yes, I've made mistakes before. That pulsar I thought was a Tau warship, missing the signal from the Fabricator General's transport. But I am not wrong every time. There's something approaching from the far side of the sun. I know it.
Has a deep wound to the arm, signs of blood poisoning.
That's from an Orc chopper. We can't stop him from going septic, make him comfortable, and move on.
You've seen these kinds of wounds before?
Unfortunately, yes, in my first Orc invasion, which I hoped would be my last. Yet here I am again. Right, who's next?
Encoded transmission from Inquisitor Drogon to Inquisitor Lord Sharp. As we'd hoped, my lord, Forge World Graya is an ideal location to focus on my work. Though helpful, the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus are forever curious. Interest can easily turn to interference. I will be cautious about involving them in my experiments, at least for now.
Personal message cache. Guardsman Alexander. Today was a good day. We were clearing a foundry of Orcs when I heard a banging from inside the furnace. It's a good thing I didn't throw a grenade inside because it was full of civilians. Starving, scared, some no more than kids, but still alive. It cheered everyone up to see them. Gives us something worth fighting for, you know. Now we've just got to keep the Orcs away from them.
The Orcs have reached the Western Territories. That's close, Caleb.
Not when all the planetary defences and the Skitarii stand between us and them.
First you don't believe there's an invasion, and now you're not worried about it at all.
Lilith, we have a far better chance of being killed on the assembly line than by a faraway Orc.
Workers, take your stations. Be productive. Be dutiful.
Transmission to Inquisitor Lord Sharp. My lord, the research facility is operational ahead of schedule, thanks to the tech priests. I've already begun my work to create a stable energy matrix. Harnessing these unorthodox energies is proving more promising than I could have dreamed.
I was right. For days I tracked that signal coming from beyond the sun. I didn't tell Transmechanic 1st Class Alaric because I didn't want to be ridiculed. And today, I heard voices. The signal's an Orc fleet heading straight for Graya. That's when I told Alaric. You should have seen the shock on his face. If he'd believed me a week ago, we would have had that much more warning. He was wrong. I was right. Finally.
We're almost out of sterile dressings. I haven't even begun to treat the new burn victims yet.
You can't treat them. Give them something for pain, but that is all.
I am a Magos Biologis. No wound or malady is beyond me.
You are in a triage situation. Observe, analyze, and decide who we can save.
I'm surprised you showed up. There's no one here.
I didn't know where else to go.
Workers, assemble.
People are saying the Skitari are dead.
I think people are right.
The increase in worker absences has been noted. Delinquent workers will be disciplined.
Caleb, what are we going to do?
I say we stay here. This factory is a far better place than the Hab blocks to make a last stand.
A last stand? You're no Skitari, Caleb.
Workers, alert. Xenos presence detected. This is not a drill.
If I'm going to die today, I want to face it straight on.
Oh, you stubborn fool. You are not going to die today. There's got to be a place where we can hide. What took you so long?
I saw them. The orcs are in the loading bays. Help me drag this over.
Why are you blocking the door? This room isn't safe enough. We have to go, Caleb.
Workers, evacuate. Xenos detected. Your safety is not guaranteed.
It's too late, Lilith. There's nowhere to run.
Report to Lord Sharp. The Fabricator General of Graia shares my vision for the power source. Today he offered up the Titan Manufactorum to test the device's capabilities. There is a risk that the power source may overload and destroy the entire facility. But it is an acceptable risk. And the Tech Priest does not need to know. To Lord Sharp, the power source succeeded in fueling the entire Titan Manufactorum. A remarkable feat, but I have not forgotten my true purpose on Graia, my lord. I have dedicated my life to defeating the alien horde. Now I will use the power source in a weapon that exploits the very weaknesses of our alien foe. To Lord Sharp, the weapon is working. Integrating the power source makes this weapon far more devastating to the alien biology than I'd envisioned. My lord, I believe that this weapon, this psychic scourge, could end the alien threat against the Imperium for all time.
There's no room for them in the South Ward. Put them on the second level.
It's completely full. That's where I've been moving the dying.
That's it then. Bar the doors.
You're closing the infirmary.
We are being overrun. We must focus on the wounded already under our care. This is the only way. Take the servitors to keep the crowds back.
Encrypt recording. Authorization Drogon, Inquisitor Ordo Xenos. I have arrived on Graia to begin my research. This work could change the course of history. I would be a fool to leave no record. The Imperium must not forget the good I have done. But these journals will remain sealed until my death, for here I will speak the truth that could damn me. To Lord Sharp, the weapon is working. Integrating the power source makes this weapon far more devastating to the alien biology than I'd envisioned.
Benjamin, plans have changed. Hannah hasn't returned. I think they're going to close off that whole stratum. I have to get to her. You'll be back from the food depot before we are. Tell your mother where I am when she arrives. And both of you, stay there. Pack up the food as best you can. Reports are that the orcs have already reached the Manufactorum. We'll need to leave as soon as we're together. I'll be home soon. Benjamin, we've waited as long as we can. Where are you? The orcs are crossing the mainline bridge. I have to get Hannah and your mother out of here. When you get this message, leave immediately. Go to Hab Block 74. We're going to gather with others from our shift group. We have your things. Come and find us. Stay safe and hurry.
We're all going to die out here!
You are an Imperial Guardsman. Start acting like one.
But, Lieutenant!
We're not dead yet, so do your bloody job and defend the line before they...
Radio says the orcs are 2 streets away.
Help me with this, Dominus. Hurry.
What are you injecting him with? Stop! This is a fatal dose.
Yes, it is. I have enough for every patient.
You're murdering them.
I'm showing them mercy. In 10 minutes, the orcs will break through those doors and slaughter them all in their beds. Better to die in peace before that. It's the last thing I can do for them.
Benjamin, I feel like I'm leaving breadcrumbs for you to follow. We can't wait for you here. The shift group left without us. The whole idea was safety in numbers, but they didn't bother to wait. This hab block's completely looted. We're heading for Evacuation Center Epsilon. Look for us there. Be careful, Ben.
The orcs have thrown my duties into chaos. I only get distress calls now. The Xenos are here. The hab block's on fire. And today, Transmechanic Alaric insisted I contact every single planetary defense outpost. 100 stations. He just didn't want to do it himself. None of the stations picked up. When I told him that, Alaric rushed off. No acknowledgement, no thanks. I suppose even an orc invasion can't change some people. The orcs broke into the temple. I couldn't hear them. I was plugged into my console. Then someone crashed into me, hard from behind. It was Transmechanic Alaric. He had an orc axe in his chest. He'd blocked the attack meant for me. The orc went berserk. He grabbed for me but only caught my robe. I ripped free and ran. Alaric saved me. He died, saving me.
My work began with two simple questions. On that day, my ship had just entered the dimensional limbo of the warp. Most people do not like to think of the warp's true nature. After all, it lets us travel between the stars. But the warp is the realm of chaos. Creatures of absolute evil and absolute power take their strength directly from it. So, I asked my questions. Could I tap into that power? And what could I do with it?
Send a runner to the depot at position Alpha. Let's go.
You're not leading this raid.
Of course I am.
Lieutenant, we need you in one piece. Let's face it, you're holding us together out here, and if you get...
Still don't think this is a good idea.
It's not your call, is it? I say this is our best chance of taking the gun.
But a nighttime assault.
Have some faith, Samson. In the dark, we might catch those orcs off their guard. Unless they've...
It's been 3 days since Alaric died. The orcs have finally left the temple. I accessed the comm station. The Liberation Fleet is en route, with Ultramarines leading an advance force. They are only now entering the Imperium. I hope I am wrong. Like I've been so many times before. But I fear that by the time the Ultramarines come to our rescue, everyone on this planet will be dead.
On that fateful journey through the warp, in my exhausted musings, I let my guard down. Something a psyker should never do. My desire, my psychic will, reached out into the warp, and the warp reached back. A spark of warp energy appeared before me, tentative, flickering, and powerful. I felt it batter my psychic shields. My shock was absolute. I lost focus, and the spark disappeared. I knew I had to get it back. With my psychic abilities, I had drawn energy from the warp. If I could summon it again, contain it, control it, then perhaps I could use it to defend the Imperium. So, I made another interstellar journey through the warp. Barely daring to hope, I lowered my psychic defenses and willed the energy to return. And it did. I captured the spark in a containment device and marveled at its potential. My work could now begin.
I want to be strong, to say everything's all right, but it's not. The dead are everywhere. Stinking, rotting. We burn our bodies where we can, but the fire attracts more orcs. If you stop and think about the billions dead here, you'll go mad. But no matter where you go, you find the people of this world. All dead. All waiting for help that never came. I moved too slow. I got shot in the gut. Stupid of me. Doesn't hurt now, though. The medics gave me something, but they're not stitching me up. I wish they would. Is it winter back home? Did I ask that? There's something wrong with me.
Benjamin, something terrible has happened. Your mother... My Juliet, we got caught in an orc ambush. They cornered your sister. She was screaming, and your mother threw herself at them. They laughed, Benjamin. The worst sound I've ever heard. And I grabbed Hannah. But your mother, they took her and they broke her, and I couldn't. We made it to Epsilon Center. Find us, Benjamin. Please. Find us.
With my psychic abilities, I had drawn energy from the warp. I found a planet where I could work unobserved. A remote forge world. The Adeptus Mechanicus gave me free rein when I told them I was developing a weapon with a new, unorthodox energy source. They know the Xenos will soon choke humanity out of the galaxy. If my weapon will help keep our species alive, they will not ask questions. Desperation cuts through bureaucracy. Experimentation with the warp energy is proceeding rapidly. I no longer need to travel into the warp to pull more energy into this dimension. But I am encountering unexpected activity. I was naive to think that my incursion into warp space had gone unnoticed. Something has taken an interest. When I manipulate the energies, I feel a presence pushing against my psychic defenses, testing me. I needed to test the warp device's capabilities. Running the Titan Manufactorum with it, or rather with the power source, provided a convenient opportunity. The tech priests are practically giddy with its success. But this is a trivial accomplishment. I am impatient to begin testing the warp device's psychic attributes. I'm just waiting for the live cargo to arrive.
Lock it down! A demon is in the labs!
Authorization required to implement security protocols.
Drogon, Inquisitor, Ordo Xenos.
You can't run, human.
Repeat authorization. Speak clearly.
Drogon! Inquisitor! Ordo!
Stench of aliens permeates this facility, but it is tolerable because it represents progress. I acquired specimens for experimentation. Orc, Tau, Eldar, even a Tyranid Lictor, which nearly caused a revolt among my tech priest allies. I designed the weapon to use the warp energies to target the weak points in the Xenos brain and rupture them. That is the tidy theory. When I put it into practice, however, the specimen's head explodes. Distasteful, but effective. The weapon works.
Benjamin, we have to leave Epsilon Center. The orcs are coming. I'm so sorry, Ben. I can't leave you the next breadcrumb because I don't have a plan anymore. We've lost your mother, and I'm so afraid we've lost you too. I have to keep Hannah safe. That means we can't stay in one place long. But I promise you, Benjamin, I will find you. I will never stop looking. The warp device. Where is it?
Safe from you, demon.
You will tell me after you're dead.
I've encountered unexpected results. The warp energies affect different species in different ways. Essentially, I can tune this weapon to cause maximum damage to whatever enemy we face. If humans are caught in the blast wave, they will not be harmed. Good news, I suppose. I have not slept in 2 days. The more I use the warp device, the stronger the assault on my psychic shield. I need rest. The psychic attacks are increasing. I am hearing things now. A name, a constant whisper in my mind. I must withstand it. Because something completely unexpected has happened. Orcs are invading this planet. The timing is perfect. The psychic scourge weapon is nearly ready, and millions of orcs will prove the ultimate test subjects. I will save this planet. History will remember this as the moment we turn the tide against the alien threat to our people. possess this Inquisitor. I possess his secrets. A warp device is here. So close. But how can I get to?
You